can imagine that the banks were afraid to get involved with crypto under the previous administration. You know, getting a supportive White House, a supportive cabinet, a supportive head of the Treasury, and then a law that says that it is legal for you to do this, I think was pretty important. Then that has resulted in an avalanche of institutional adoption, and now you have companies like JP Morgan, right, and Bank of America, and Wells Fargo, and BNY Mellon, and PNC Bank, and Citi, that are all announcing their support for this asset class. And if the trillion-dollar banks are willing to custody, and they're willing to extend credit, and they're willing to handle the asset class, and they're willing to bank the crypto industry, that's really the necessary condition to 10x from here. Like, Bitcoin got to 100,000 without their help, but getting to 1 million requires the banks to bank the asset. And so the next 4-year period is really about banking Bitcoin and the support for digital assets in general by the major establishment of bankers in the United States. And everybody else in the world, right? You can imagine the bankers in Australia, Canada, Singapore, the Middle East, and Europe, Mexico, they all follow the U.S. banking standard. And so what you have is an avalanche or a sea change here, and the headwinds have become tailwinds.
Okay, so that's what got us here. Let's just talk about the short term, 2025 year end. Where does it end up? Because I've heard everything from 100 to 200,000.
Yeah, well, the consensus of all the equity analysts, and there's like a dozen of them that cover our stock, is north of 150,000. Our corporate guidance is targeted at $150,000 by the end of the year.
Right.